She's excited by both the idea of going against what she's supposed to think and the idea of being able to change someone for the better. Both Algernon and Cecily truly believe that the idea of love in their heads is a reality. When they meet, Algernon gracefully slips into the role of Ernest so that he can obtain her love, and Cecily immediately projects all of her ideas about romance with Ernest onto him. However, even if their love is based on false premises, it feels real to them. They both genuinely feel a connection despite knowing the basis of their love is imaginary. By the end of the play, both characters end up having made their ideal version of love into a reality. Algernon is engaged to Cecily, a beautiful young girl who fits all of the attributes Jack described to him, and Cecily is engaged to Jack's brother, a man with frowned-upon morals that has agreed to play along with her fantasy of their courting and is even ready to change his name to Ernest for her. Wilde's decision to let his characters end up with their fantasy lining up with their reality shows that he believes what a person imagines will shape their real life.
This parting, Miss Cardew, is very painful.
But I suppose you cannot desert poor Mr. Bunbury in his hour of need.
I don't care about Bunbury anymore. I don't seem to care about anything anymore. I only care for you. I love you, Cecily. Will you marry me, Cecily, will you?
Of course.
Jack creates a character, Ernest, in order to live a second life, his fantasy life, in the city. Ernest began as a way for Jack to fulfill parts of himself that he, as Jack, could not. His love for Gwendolen grows and relies on the fantasy, and Jack is aware that without Ernest, he and Gwendolen could never marry. His life as Jack and life as Ernest begin to blend together. In the city, he is Ernest, and in the country, he's Jack. But with Gwendolen, the distinction between the two lives is less clear. Gwendolen believes Jack is truly Ernest, meaning Jack would have to replace his current reality entirely, becoming Ernest all the time. However, as the play progresses, the fantasy of Ernest becomes a reality. Jack's true name is Ernest Worthing. The line between reality and fantasy becomes indistinguishable. Wilde explores the complex relationship between fantasy and reality, coming to the conclusion that our fantasies inform our life more than our life informs our fantasies. Jack's reality becomes what his fantasy life had always been, Ernest Worthing. This optimistic outlook Wilde holds quite literally makes dreams come true.